Hello again, everybody. This is Eddie Hitchens with energeticcity.ca. This is the Community Roundup brought to you by Brad's Furniture and Appliances. We are at Doig River First Nation today as part of a monumentous occasion. It is the Rewilding groundbreaking ceremony that's taking place this morning at Doig River First Nation. I'm joined now from left to right by Councillor Justin Davis of Doig River First Nation, Julia Fletcher, who is the environmental planner for Shell Canada, one of the project's biggest backers, as well as Mike Toffer from Project Forest. He's the executive director. So I want to start with how this project got going, how discussions start. What was the idea there?
I think that's a Justin question to get started.
Yeah, I think Project Forest started when we had first opportunity to work with Tree Time, which Mike was one of the directors on. We did a
reclamation
project, and so Mike came with the idea with Project Forest back, I think, about 2 years ago, and yeah, we talked about what Project Forest is and what it could be, and then we came in front of the council members 2 years ago, and then here we are today.
The Project Forest likes to work with conservation groups and Indigenous communities like Doig River First Nation, and when Justin and I first chatted about this project, they let us know about a piece of land just kind of across the river over there that was cleared in the 50s or 60s. Nobody really knows when, because it's been a field since then. It wasn't being used for agriculture anymore. There's some access trails. The community still very much uses it recreationally, so we thought if we could transition it from a field to a forest, we could reintroduce some traditional foods back onto the landscape, and then reestablish some of those traditional land use values.
I understand, Justin. Some of the plants that were suggested, the trees that were suggested, were as a result of engagements with the community here.
Yeah. So when we had a community meeting with the community, we kind of asked what kind of trees the community would like to see in this area. And a lot of the trees selected was from our community members, our elders, and they wanted to incorporate berry picking, because we all know that our land's been with the fires and everything happened, and a lot of our berry patches have been destroyed through that devastation of fires. So we want to introduce some berries in the area, so our membership don't have to go very far for the future. It'd be just right next door, and we kind of incorporated some medicines as well in the project. Yeah, so a lot of engagement.
Okay, all right. So could you give us a little bit more details about exactly how many, what type of species of plants, and how many are incorporated within the...
Yeah, there's 115,000 seedlings that were planted on this project over 44 hectares. The majority of them are actually white spruce. Kind of got to build it and they will come, as they say. Okay. So Julia here in Shell Canada actually funded all of the white spruce that were planted on the project, which is a pretty significant commitment, and we're grateful for that contribution. The additional plants that went on the ground were white spruce, Bebb's willow, which is an important willow plant to the community because that's where the diamond willow fungus grows, strawberry, raspberry, Saskatoon, and chokecherry, consisting a total of 115,000 plants.
Okay, and just touched on it earlier, the wildfires, did that interfere in planting of the...
The wildfires delayed some of the work. We were actually scheduled to plant last year and we had to delay. So in the civiculture world, we did something, hold the seedlings over. So they were planted this spring instead of last year. And there were obviously some fires this spring that pushed the project back a couple weeks, but we were blessed with some rain. The fires were extinguished and we were able to plant trees actually in a very, very optimal situation.
Okay. And Julia, you mentioned earlier, Shell's one of the biggest contributors to this project. Pamela and a few other local companies are lending a hand, but why was it so important for a big company such as Shell, to be able to provide funding for such an important environmental project?
Shell is really pleased to be part of this project, and Shell has a net zero deforestation commitment, and we are thrilled to be able to partner with Doig River to work towards restoring this land, and Project Forest to make it all happen And it's really important to us to be able to give back to the community and try and have a positive impact in the places where we work.
Okay, all right. And my last question is for Justin. As we were talking out here, we're standing in front of this beautiful tree that was the official tree for the groundbreaking ceremony this morning. You had a very interesting reason why you chose a cherry tree, but tell us again.
Well, we did choose a cherry tree. It was kind of an unanimous vote, I should say. No, I think we chose cherry tree just because it's different. Like we have all our native trees in the area, the birch, the aspen, spruce, jack pine. And I think we chose the tree just for not really a cultural purpose, but just kind of put a difference in our backyard. Like everybody always talks about different berries and different opportunities to grow apple trees, but I think cherry tree just kind of adds a little cherries on top.
All right, that's all the questions I have. Once again, thank you guys very much for the time. This has been Ed Hitchens with energeticcity.ca for the Community Roundup. Once again, the Community Roundup is brought to you by Brad's Furniture and Appliances.